Hey everybody, this is Jessica Lynn from Jessica Lynn Original Studios. Welcome. I am so happy that you guys are all here today. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, I just want to make sure I've got audio here, so let me just double check that because I should hear a repeat. Let me hear if I can. All right. Hopefully you guys can hear me. If you can, just give me a yes you can in the. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Yep, looks like you can. All right. Awesome. All right, well, let's go ahead and get started. So, super fun. Happy Friday, everyone. I'm so excited to have y'all here today. I have wanted to make this fun vintage image forever. So, for those of you who grew up in the 70s, 80s, 90s, you might have recalled seeing these maybe at your grandma's house, maybe your mom's house, maybe in your own house as you were growing up. So let me just start by saying I love some of the vintage Halloween. I think that it is so fun, and I am so excited to get crafting with you today. So, sneak peek of what I drew. So, if you didn't already see the cover piece on this, I actually started by drawing that adorable piece of vintage art. So I am so excited. This is going to be so much fun. There he is. Look at how cute he is. Oh, I love him. I cannot wait. So we're going to make a card. Today we are going to start by creating our background. And if you are here with me live, welcome, welcome. Be sure, first of all, as I'm getting this all prepped up, don't forget to go ahead and follow and subscribe here on YouTube. Currently, we have already hit the number of subscribers we need. We just need to get a little bit more watch time, and then I am going to be eligible to be able to offer you guys some really cool things on YouTube, of one of which being a membership, which I am so excited about. I've got some really fun ideas on how we can structure that. So I hope that that is exciting to you as well. So what I will say is please go ahead, not only subscribe, but please go ahead and watch the videos. I love putting on the YouTube videos in the background while I'm crafting. It's definitely something I have done quite a bit. So I encourage you to do the same. Please go ahead and share this out to your friends. Once we hit that new level, I have a really fun thing that I can do, and that is I can open up clubs and groups. And what that means is that I will be able to offer some very fun rewards and prizes to those members, and it's really where I'm working toward. So if you would do that, I would appreciate you more than you know. So please go ahead and subscribe to this channel. Again, it's just ArtistryInCards.com. My name is Jessica Lynn. I'm the owner and artist for JessicaLynnOriginal.com. So I draw all the rubber stamps. If you got to my website, definitely take a look at that. I have photopolymer, I have clear stamps, I have digital. I have all that good stuff out there. So it would mean the world to me if you would head on out and take a look at that stuff. If you're interested in purchasing, even better, I appreciate it. As a small business owner, just know all the money comes back to my company. And that's how I'm able to purchase different products to be able to do fun demos and show off what we've got. So yeah, so be sure to go ahead and do that. So I am going to start with building up my background. I want to build this very browny orange color, so that's why I started with this one. So this one is Rusty Hinge, which is quite appropriate for some vintage Halloween, I think. This is going to be so fun. I love putting bricks in the background, and if you've never used this before, I will give you the advice that I got from Miss Amy, who is the one who inspired me to do this many, many, many moons ago. Although I'll be honest, it feels like yesterday. Don't be afraid to try. You know, the big thing is just do it. Just try it. And if you are here, be sure to say hi because I can see your comments. So don't be afraid to do that. All right. Anyway, she showed me how to do this a long time ago. It reminds me of painting with shoe polish. But the big trick is just to vary the colors and just know that they will find their way to each other and they will do this beautiful thing during when they bleed sort of and become the background. And it's my favorite part. All right, so it looks like everything is still in perfect focus. Let me just refresh everything. Looks like it's still moving. Great. All right. And if you are not watching this live with us, but you're catching me on the replay, thanks so much for coming back and watching. Like I said earlier, this is really how we're going to get to that watch time. And I can't wait. I'm so excited. All right. Now, the cat that I drew, my mom, it was one of my mom's favorite designs. I remember as a kid, we had 2 of them, and we actually used to have a cat named Demon, which is funny because I worked, for those of you that don't know, that I actually worked at a Six Flags for 2 seasons, and the ride that I ran was the Demon, so quite fun. But she had 2 of those cats in our window, and it was always sort of like our Halloween thing. So all right, and all I'm doing right now is just dusting it so it's just not quite so bright and clean. Now I am going to be taking this and putting it onto a piece of cardstock, so it will adjust and change as well. All right, so we're just going to give this a second. We can take this off so we can see what it looks like. I don't want to make you wait for it. For those of you that are just joining, welcome, welcome. Glad to have you here on this Friday night. Just building up my background for my card right now. So again, I took this really fun stencil and look at how beautiful this is. This is just my favorite. I mean, that's gorgeous. And the best part is it looks so cool in person. I am going to take a little bit of this, the little black, just going to pat it, and I am just going to kind of, I need to dull down this white between the bricks. It's just a little too white. Just needs a little bit. There we go. So anyway, this design, I don't own this. This was just one I drew just for fun. I love being able to draw some fun art, make some fun cards, and then have them share here with you. So I'm going to go ahead and put this off on the side. We're going to let this brick background dry for a little bit, and then we will come back to it. I'll just leave all my little distress so we have like a little header there, a little something to look at if you're watching this online. All right, so there he is, super adorable cat. And again, when I draw all these out, I just use black ink pen. Typically, I'll run this through my brother's Scan and Cut, but my brother's Scan and Cut is not plugged in right now. There are 2 things left that need to go up on my walls so that we can start kind of organizing this office. And if you've followed me for any period of time, you know that my office is in adjustment. Let's just go there. And once it is all changed over, it will have the Brother Scan and Cut all plugged in. I've got a new shelf system for that, and I'm so excited. So So anyway, I thought it'd be fun to draw this just because I love a good vintage Halloween um, decor piece. And this one for me was one of those that I remember. So I wonder, do you guys remember this cat? I think the coolest thing about him, let me just stop cutting here for a second. So the coolest thing about this cat, oh, come on, focus in. Let me see if I can get something to point. So right here and right there, if you remember, those pivoted. So you could actually adjust his hands, his arms, and his legs um, to change the shape. My mom loved it because it was easier than to store, which I think is awesome. All right. And right now I'm just cleaning out, fussy cutting and cleaning up the image here. I wonder if it'll let me pop a picture of him up on the screen. It says that I can do that, but I've never tried that. Let's see. Not sure how to do that. So you know what? We're doing good here. So we're just going to keep moving forward. All right. So there he is, all cute. And now, for those of you that don't know, one of the things that we did in my remodel of my office, which is amazing, we actually went in and set it up. So I now have 2 monitors, which is heavenly. If you have never had 2 monitors before, yeah, you should really think about it because it is pretty darn amazing. Um, yeah, it's wonderful. So having 2 monitors is really helpful to be able to I can literally pop it up in one screen, and then in the other screen, I can actually see the image of what I'm working on. So super helpful, especially when I'm trying to, make sure that the feed is working for you guys and that everybody can see everything. So, all right, I'm just going to save this out really quick. Stop by and see us live. There we go. We're just going to send that out. There we go. All right. So there he is, all cut and adorable. I'm so excited to color him in. All right, let's get some markers. Oh my goodness, my big box of markers. I have just a couple. Like I said, I'm in the process of updating my office. So I just need to figure out where I can store all of these things. And, my husband forever, amazingly wonderful person, said to me, Jess, why are we buying so many things from Joann's? Now, this was, many years ago. And my answer now truly is I was just preparing because I knew, right? So I knew that Joann's I didn't, but that's my excuse, and I'm going to stick with that. All right. The other thing that's really nice is I bought new mats. These mats, if you ever use any of the acrylic pens, whoo, boy, do they bleed. All right, so let's get color in this little guy in. Oh, I'm so excited. I think it's going to look so cool. All right, and I think the inside of his mouth is kind of this orangey color. It's weird because they only use so many colors on him when they used to print these because they had to run through different machines that only had so many available colors. So literally we've already just done one of the 3 colors that this cat has. Now I am going to go in and add some extra tones to him just to make him a little bit more dynamic. But truly one of my favorite vintage cutouts. And unfortunately, when my mother passed away, we could not find any of these, so I did not end up with one of these cats. I ended up with a skeleton though that I found of hers that was one of the vintage ones, so that was fun. But unfortunately, did not find one of the vintage cats. So I think I might have to this year see if I can find one of these guys because I would love one of these to add to my decorations. And I found a Halloween group. And in this Halloween group, what they did was they actually took these and they framed them in a clear frame, both front and back. So if you can picture, where you could actually see straight through to the wall, they framed them in that and it looks so cool. Like it just took it to like a different place. Now I know you might say, why am I starting with the green? Just like always, start with your lightest colors. I'm always hesitant to go in too quickly with black because I'm afraid if it bleeds or I have a problem with it, I'm done. So I always want to be on the cautious side. But have faith in the vision, and this cat will look very cool. I have no doubt. I have a vision for him. I wonder if he has a name. Like, I wonder if the cat actually has a name. I'm not sure. If anybody watching knows the name, if this cat actually has a name, or if you're watching a replay, comment it down below or put it in the chat. I want to know. I wonder if he has a name. Vintage cat. Vintage angry cat. Yeah, so I'm thinking what I might do as well with one of these. I'm going to see how it looks today. Oh, I did his eyes backwards. Oh, bummer. Well, that's fine. It should have been green on the inside. Oh. Anyway. See, all that and I still messed it up. But I don't think it looks terrible. I think it'll actually look pretty cool. That's such a bummer. I was watching the monitor and then I looked up and I realized the cat's eyes were the other direction. I am actually thinking what I might do is take this and print it out like 5x7 because then I can color it a bigger size so you can see just how cool he's already starting to look. Vintage. So I might do that. That might be a great way to, because then I could frame it and it'd be cool because it'd be like my art, but then also, now in case you're like, what am I doing? I want this, I don't want the white edge. I want it to be the green. Because if you actually look at the original version of it, it's a cutout and the cutout edge is green. So I really want it to be green. So I went with a little lighter version. I'll show you. I'll zoom in a second here for you. A couple of years ago, 2 years ago, I made a bass with a Christmas hat. And so when I did that one, super cute. When I did that one, I actually printed it out and then I blew it up to the size I wanted and then I adjusted from there. So I think that's what I might do again, just because I think I would love to have, a version of it. I think that would be really cool. That is, kind of like my art, a little bigger. And then I'll frame it and I'll probably take a picture so I can show you guys too. All right. Get out our blacks and grays. Now I'm going to color him a little more artistic than he is in the real design, just because I want it to have a certain look. This is that evil ink pen right there. That's the acrylic paint marker. Oh my gosh, they just get all over these like leather crafting pages. So yay. All right, we don't want black. Oh, I could have probably done like ASMR or something with this, the way this is working here today. There we go. All right, so we're going to start with kind of maybe a W7 warm gray. It's funny, I seem to tend to, I like the warm grays better than I like the cool ones. See, I like all the warm ones. I always think the cool ones have just I don't know, I don't love the, see, it's got like, I don't know, little bluish to it. Don't like that as much. All right, we'll start here. So yeah, if you are watching, please go ahead and say hi. I would love to say hi back to you and welcome you here to the random Friday night card making with vintage drawings. Super fun. I love doing this stuff. I love being able to show you my art, my drawing skills, as well as, being able to make some cards and have some fun with this. Back in April, Jessica Lynn Original, which is the name of my rubber stamp company, we actually hit 20 years of doing this. So I do red rubber stamps. I also do self-inking, photopolymer. I draw custom art for people too. Love to do that. I also make logo stamps, all kinds of stuff. So, if you're looking for something like that, definitely go and take a look at my website. And if you don't see, if you're like, I'd like to have you draw something custom for me, there is a contact me on there. Just go ahead and do that and reach out, and I'd be happy to talk with you about whatever you are looking for. The other thing I can do is I can also use your logo. So if you have a logo, I can make that. I love making the back of card stamps as well. Those are fun. Because then when you're crafting, one of the things I always tell people is don't forget to sign the back of your card. And, having a stamp that helps you with that, less stress, less to have to worry about. So, all right. Looking pretty good. Layer 1 is almost in. Then we're going to come back and I'm going to add some extra because it's too light, obviously. You can see he's looking good, but entirely too light. But yeah, I'm thinking I really might have to print off a larger one to frame and stick in my living room. Halloween is one of my favorite holidays. Actually, I'll tell you, it probably is my favorite holiday. I love Halloween. This year, we're actually going to be doing a full haunted mansion front yard, like Disney. I'm super excited about that. So I'm going to be sharing that process and some other things. So definitely watch for that. All right. So there we go. Like I said, don't forget to go ahead and check out my store. Be sure to subscribe to my channel here. It's how we're going to get our watch hours, which I'm so excited about. We're almost there. I mean, we are like so close. So if you are a card maker, please go ahead and do that. It costs nothing. And then anytime that I upload a video or I go live, you guys will get notified here at ArtistryInCards. And that would mean the world to me. So I am so excited. I cannot wait to get there. They say, to get good at something, you got to keep doing it, stay consistent. And I've got some pretty big plans for this year. So, all right. There we go. I'm just trying to darken that up a little bit more. But I'm so happy that you guys are here. Be sure to say hi. And if you're shy, that's okay. No worries. But be sure to like the video. Don't forget to share it out to your social media. And we're getting there. So we have our background. Now we're working on coloring in this adorable image that I drew up. All right, now we're going to darken him up. There we go. This one, this cat's going to come alive. I never like to use a solid black. I think it's too harsh, but I'll use a really dark gray so you can see the difference. See how cool he looks? But by putting down the first amount, think of it kind of like primer, like when you're going to paint your walls, right? You put a little bit of primer down just to help hold the color. There we go. Oh my gosh, he's so cute. That's so adorable. So hopefully you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful start to your weekend. Hopefully you had a great week at work or hanging out or doing whatever fun stuff you do all week. Where I am, I'm in Wisconsin, and so we have finally gotten some decent weather, which I'm super excited about. We literally went from hundreds and 90s plus solid humidity and terrible rain that brought a gabillion mosquitoes to like 50s at night, which I'm not ready for that cold quite yet, but if it's what it takes to kind of tell those mosquitoes to head out of here, that would be amazing. So I'm super happy with that. I'm ready for some Halloween. I'm ready to start decorating. Part of what we're going to be doing this weekend at our house is getting some Halloween together. I had my husband pull all the Halloween boxes, so it's fun to see all of that start showing up in its little totes and bins, ready to go. There we go. And if you are a card maker, which I would assume, or you appreciate cards, at the end of the month, we are going to be part of a fun coffee lovers blog hop on Instagram. So definitely, head on over. It's just ArtistryInCards over on Instagram if you are interested. And there are going to be prizes and all kinds of fun stuff available as well. So if you are interested in that, definitely go and take a look. So, and then just a reminder, be sure to say hi. If you say hi, it'll actually show up on the screen. So I'd love to hear from you guys. All right. I know coloring in the black on this cat is not exciting, but it'll be better once we start putting the card together, and we're almost there. It's so funny every year to get as soon as the crisp cold air comes, the first thing that the kids and I do is we watch Hocus Pocus. That is the starter to our spooky season for us. My husband likes the scarier stuff. I'm just not into the scarier stuff. I like to draw it though. I think it's fun. But we kind of go for the Hocus Pocus, Haunted Mansion, all that good stuff. So not the big scary stuff. But what do you do? How do you get into the start of spooky season? Maybe it's your pumpkin latte. All right, there he is. Look how cute he looks. Oh my goodness. So cute. So cute. I'm just going to darken him up a little. Oh, not that marker. Apparently that marker's on its way to not being featured on this channel anymore. AKA marker heaven. It's weird. I feel like the back didn't darken as much as the front did. It's weird. Yeah, that looks better. There we go. So of the vintage designs, do you guys remember this one, or what was your favorite? Or do you have a favorite from these? For me, it was always the cat. All right, let me straighten up my page. There we go. Other guys are watching it crooked. All right, there he is. Look at how cute. You need I should have. That's what I'll do next time. I'll put the audio sounds in the background, so I can hit that, and it'll be. Oh my gosh, that's gonna look so good. All right, let's go ahead and get this background on. Oh, I have a guillotine somewhere. Where did I put it? Oh, I'm so ready to get my office up and running where it needs to be. I kid you not. I love doing the live shows. It is so much fun to do this and share all of this, but it's also really stressful because I never know when I'm going to not have what I need, where I need it. In case you haven't seen, there are 2 new digital rubber stamps in my store right now. I just added them. Not right now, but I added them this week. So if you go out to my store, which is jessicalynoriginal.com, I do have these 2 cuties that are out in the store now. They're available for download. So this is a little wizard hamster. He's role playing little D&D, kind of fun. And this one's just an adorable little frog on a pumpkin. So if you are interested, please go head out and download these. Don't forget, support small business. Be sure to go ahead and tag me if you make them. Just put in ArtistryInCards or jessicalynoriginal.com. Either one, I'll find them. And just know that these are for personal use only. So if you want to make cards or anything like that and you want to sell them in a store, totally fine as long as it's handcrafted. But you can't mass produce these designs. So thank you for supporting a small business. All right. So let's go ahead and get this card together. Made a bookmark. No, I'm just kidding. One of my favorite cards that I ever made. If you haven't seen it, definitely head out to my ArtistryInCards and take a look. I have a Haunted Mansion card that I made. Very similar background. Apparently that's my Haunted Backgrounds version. And I used that brick, and then I made a little Haunted Mansion thing, and then I made a ghost, and I made her blue. So it looked like she was floating. Oh, one of my favorite cards I've ever made. All right. Glue. Here we go. Let's start by finding that edge. I got this cardstock to make these cards from Hobby Lobby. Not the best. It's really thin. And I just feel like it just does it such a disservice when I use such a thin cardstock. Not happy with that. So, learn my lesson. All right. Let me just see if I can. Is this the right one? Yeah, I have one of these the other day that was just acting up completely. So let's see if we can make this one work. Come on. Maybe it's this one. And then I drop it on the floor, and there it goes. Oh, goodness gracious. All right, let's see if this works. Oh, yep. That one's jinxed. All right, we'll use this. Although this one jumped on the floor, so who knows. All right, a little bit of glue. All right, so then we're going to put this really fun. All right, cat, come over here. Background on there. Make sure I go nice and straight. All right, where's the edge there? There we go. All right. See, look at how cool that dried. It's got like nice coloration in there. So beautiful. All right. Apparently I need to put a new blade on there. That did not cut it off quite as perfect as I wanted it. All right. There we go. Looks like we just have to trim the bottom just a hair. So my scissors are better. We'll just use those. All right. So there we are. Love that front. I think it's going to be so cool. So we started by using all the distress oxides to create this, and then I went ahead and took the art that I drew of the vintage cat, and I am going to go in and put some white lines, because if you look at the original art for the cat, he has some lines around him, so we are going to add that. But look, he's going to look so good. He's going to look like, I love that. I'm so excited. Super fun. I do want to make it just a little greener. And of course I put my markers way on the floor. So we're just going to green this up just a tad more. I feel like the light green is just, it's too faded. Using that lighter green that I had tried around the outside, I think that it makes the art look like the cat has already been in the window for a couple of years, like the window art, you know. So we're going to just darken this up. Yeah, that looks a whole lot better. See, now he's really green. Love that. Oh, this is going to look so cute. Love this. All right. Again, if you are watching live, I appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Even if you have me muted and you're just kind of hanging out, working on your own thing, I'm okay with that too. I understand. It's a weird place to be doing it live, so it's always like, I feel like I should try to fill in some of the space. Like, I don't want, I want it to feel like you're just hanging out with me, crafting away. Oh, he looks so good. I'm so happy with him. Look at how cool his eyes look. Super fun. All right, so we're going to come back in and we're going to, let's see if this, I know I have another one over here at my desk. And if you guys watched the other day, I did a monster card and I used this one in particular. And this one just made such a mess. Yes, ink, I'm talking about you. All right, so let's see if we can keep it from making a big mess today. All right. Now, when we look at it, what they did on theirs is that the whiskers are actually white. Oh, I love it. See, now that's starting to look even more like it. And then it had these, which were like light white silver, so we'll brighten those up a little. That's the whole. And then what I'm going to do is just sort of do, oh, there it comes. See, it just starts spitting out. We're going to just add some more details. And again, what I like about this is it's an acrylic pen. Now, so the trick here is you got to let it dry. Watch your fingers, curse for a left-handed person, right? But by doing this, it pops out the imagery that you drew. And I think especially because this is so dark, being able to add in just a little bit of a highlight to it really just makes it look like it's glossy, which is so cool because I always remember this was on like a glossy cardstock paper. So it was actually really durable. Like I do remember that. I do remember that it was very, very durable. But yeah, I do remember when she'd bring them out and the cats would all be folded in on themselves. And then you'd pop them open and off they'd be ready to decorate for another Halloween. There. Oh, I love it. See, just a little bit of white. All right, white pen. You've maybe redeemed yourself today. All right, let's show you what it looks like. See how just that little bit of contrast. All right, so let's get that cat on this sheet of paper. Oh, I love it. Now we need a sentiment. What do we want to say? We want to say happy vintage Halloween, right? I'm so excited. I just got a whole new collection of different bricks. And I cannot wait to use more of those. They're so fun. I love like all the weird kind of wonky bricks. Like those are fun to me. All right, let's see. Coffee stuff, die cuts. Come on, don't I have any sentiments? Not the sentiment I'd like. I found one that says some bunny loves you. That's not exactly. I do have a trick or treat. That's a fun set that I've had from Sassy Club. I love it. It's the McDonald's, the buckets. That one has a trick or treat on it. Not big enough, I think. Christmas. Oh, such is the fun of your room being cleaned. All right. This is the 2 doors. 3-room studio, 2 doors. 2 doors, 3 rooms. No, 3-room studio. She is amazing. Her and I are both. That's yay. Heck yay. You deserve this. So proud of you. Excited for you. Yay. Woohoo. I don't think this is the set either. Ha ha. All right. What do we want to put on here as a sentiment? What do we want to say to someone? We want to say, yeah, you did it. You made a card. Happy Halloween. I don't seem to have any sentiments. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I have literally in an office of cards and card making and drawing and tools, and I can't find any of my sentiments. What's this here? Okay, those say Merry Christmas. That's probably a no. Nope, reindeer. That's also a no then. Oh my goodness. I can't believe I don't have any. Well, that's a bummer. A couple of things I do want to share. I am going to be doing a Come Craft With Me live. And if you join me on the live, and you, for the first so many, I bought some really cool limited edition magnets. So if you join me live, I will send you one of our cool magnets to say that you joined us, and you'll have that to keep as a memory. Plus, you can always watch the stream back. So that would be super fun. So I'm working on that. If you're interested, I'll have the link. I believe I already have it in this live already. So you should be able to see that down in the description. So that will be awesome. And that'll be fun. And I'm hoping to get that started very soon. Whoa. Gosh. Going live. All right. So if you are a guest on Artistry and Cards and you do what I'm doing right now, and we can craft together, you do not have to show your face. All you'll do is you'll get links from me, and then you can come and craft with me. But I made these really cool magnets. Look, guest on live, Artistry and Cards. Isn't that cool? So I'm super excited. I ordered just a small quantity. So if you're interested in joining me, sign up down below, and then I will send out one of those to you. So, all right. How about a thankful? I'm truly thankful. That's funny. All right, let's get this cat glued on. All right. Oh, no, don't stick him on there. All right, so now that he is all glued up, let's go ahead and put him on here. There we go. See, look at how cool that looks with like the, oh, this is going to be beautiful. All right. Thankful. Is thankful, but I don't know if thankful's the right sentiment either. Goodness gracious. I cannot believe I craft all the time. Warmth of the holiday season. That's a no. Because Halloween is not known for that. Unless you're in Florida or someplace warm, then maybe. Ooh, what are these old blocks? Nope. Oh my goodness. Well, this is terrible. I'm so bummed, guys. What should I stamp on there as my sentiment? I don't know. I just dug through my office and yeah, need to get that organized. So what I should tell myself for next time, here's a don't forget little post I should put, don't forget to pull out your die cuts and your stamps and your sentiments. Oh, what is this? Maybe there's something over here. Nope, too small. All right, what are these? Again, this is the fun of your office being, see, I've been sorting, cleaning. All right, what do we got here? Oh, these are fun. So this is such a cool story. You'll love this one. So this will be a great story to tell here for the end. So the boss of mine who actually talked me into learning card making has been in the process of downsizing her home. So too many things, too many whatever. Totally get it, right? And so I wrote her because she had all these listed. But look how cool they are. These are like her original, and they're like every number. None of these numbers work though for this, but such a cool story that the person who encouraged me to do this, I now have one of her favorite sets of stamps. So, all right, we're stamping a thankful on there. We are thankful that this card has been created. All right. Thankful it is. What are we thankful for? We're thankful for this cat. We're thankful for Halloween memories. Let's do that. We're thankful for Halloween memories. All right. I want something kind of, I just don't think it fits. This is a bummer. What have I used all week? I just can't believe that I don't have a single sentiment. It's crazy. So yeah, this design for me is one of those that makes me super happy. It makes me so happy to like be able to share this with you guys and share crafting and design. And I appreciate all of you for joining while I'm doing this. Joining while I'm digging in my collection of sentiments. Ooh, I could put a bunch of creepy eyeballs. That would be fun. Maybe another one. I just wish I had one good sentiment sitting here. It's a bummer. If you knew the amount of card stock, you know, like I jokingly said to you at the start of this, I think my husband thinks that I could probably open up my own Joann's between fabric, cross stitch, painting, sewing, etc. on my own. Nope. And now not to have a single one that goes with this is such a bummer. What are these? Oh, it's a frog. All right. Well, even I know when it's time to probably just throw in the towel on this one. All right. Eyeballs would be quite fun, though. I've had this forever. I'm thinking about making a card with that, but I haven't decided what yet. All right, what are we thankful for? Today and every day. Thankful. I don't even know what sentiment to put on this. This is a bummer. I don't want to wreck it. So you know what I'm going to say? I don't think I'm going to put it on there. So what I'm going to say is this. We're going to go this way. I am going to tell you that I will find something to put there that I think will be perfect. Let me show you what the card looks like. There he is. I don't want to wreck it. It's too good to just wreck. So what I'm going to say is this. Go and follow me on Instagram if you're not already doing so. And when I find the right sentiment, I will post this finished card up with that. So if you know, you know. And then I'll also put it here in the, you know, you can see like group chats and stuff like that on YouTube. I will put it there as well so that it lives in both. So final story here. If you are making cards, I highly encourage you, go and make a card and then be sure to put your signature on the back. Sign it. It's your piece of art. Now, granted, I drew this one, so it's not. But I always stamp the back of my cards so they're consistent. I do make all of these self-inking stamps, so if you're looking for that, definitely take a look at my website. And then one of the things I do is I put up the date that I made this card. Then I remember, and it becomes a special memory to me. So let me just share this. So this card is as done as it's going to be today. If you hung out with me and watched while I dug through all my sentiments to try and find a good one, I appreciate you. Be sure to go ahead and follow me here on Artistry and Cards. I really appreciate that. Don't forget to subscribe. And like I said, watch time hours is really what we're looking for so we can get us to the next level where I can offer group membership, which will be so much fun because I have some really fun things that we're going to be able to do. And if you want to see the conclusion of this card, please head out to my Instagram, follow that so you can see it. I'll also post it in YouTube as well. I just feel bad. I just couldn't find the right one, and I just don't feel like wrecking this card is the right way to go. So I thank you for understanding. The other thing I'll say is don't forget to go ahead and take a look at my website, jessicalynoriginal.com. I also have a ton of other videos. These are 2 of the cards that I've made recently. So if you are into card making, please know this is some other stuff. So this is our brand new, there's that new little guy I just showed you, right? Cute little card. Again, see, signed on the back when I made it. So I've got all this on there. This one just went live as well. So if you're like, what is that? I actually did this one. I drew it out, and then this just posted. I would say we just did that like 2 or 3 days ago. So that one's out there. You can go watch that one as well. Before I head out, is there anybody have any questions or anybody looking for a shout out? Give us a hello, and I'll be sure to say your name on here live. If you want to think about joining us live, there's actually at the bottom, you're going to see a thing where it'll say, do you want to join us live? Go ahead and do that. And then once we do set those dates up, it'll be so much fun to have you join me live. Yeah. All right. Well, I appreciate each and every one of you that is hanging on with me today. I look forward to another live session. Watch for the finale of this, or I'll just put it in my next video too. I'll just start the video and show you how I concluded him. But there he is. Oh my gosh, he looks so adorable. All right. More Halloween cards are coming, more digital images, more photopolymer. I'll see you guys all again next time. Please go ahead and subscribe. Take care and have a wonderful weekend. Get out and enjoy. Take care, everybody.